Let's give it a shot. So thank you so much for joining, and I want to just give you a warm welcome. It's lovely to spend this next hour or hour and a half at the most with you. But what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is really something called the 4 key skills to take charge of your life, which comes from a program called the Silva Method. I'm not too sure if you've heard of the Silva Method. Have you?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, I did Silva the first time in 1993. I've done more than 20
Repeats.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Okay, so then you're very familiar. Brilliant. So this is based on the Silva Method. Obviously, it's not as awesome as the life training which you've done, but these 4 key skills are always a good reminder to keep us back on track with how to navigate life in a more graceful way, basically. So for myself, who I am, just briefly, and what I bring to the program, the Silva Method significantly changed my life about 8 years ago, and I was so grateful for the opportunity. I wrote to Silva International and just said, I've noticed there's no trainer here in Australia. What could I do to teach this to others and share this phenomenal program? So the rest is history, and it's been the most phenomenal journey, and the more time I spend training the program, the more my life becomes more blessed. So it really is just what I think is the best foundation you could ever have, or give to anyone or any child for their life, because everything you'll ever need to create anything you'd ever want, I believe, comes out of the Silva Method. Yeah. So just the 4 skills that I'm going to share with you tonight, are these 4. So the first one is what I would term the foundation. It's probably the most important skill we could ever develop, which is how to remain calm and focused even under pressure. So that's just about managing and reducing stress. And the reason I say it's the foundation is because stress interferes with every single aspect of a person's life. Health, relationships, work, concentration, memory, focus, disease and illness, 95% of them come just from stress. It affects our intuition, which helps us be disconnected and can't get that flow of living a guided life. So there are so many other things, but it interferes across the board. So the first one is to remain calm and focused and manage and reduce stress. And once that's in place, everything gets better from there. The second one is how to get very clear on our goals and how to achieve them faster. The third one is overcoming self-limiting beliefs, which is huge. Everyone has them. There's not a person alive who doesn't have self-limiting beliefs. The challenge is, how do we become aware of them? And then once we become aware of them, what technique could we use to overwrite them? Because there's nothing more than a belief, which is just a very strong, repeated thought that becomes an attitude, that becomes a belief, like a neurological pathway. So you can overwrite them. And then the last one is really a key factor for success. And I don't mean success in just one particular way, whether it's work, whatever. I mean, success is your whole life, feeling that every area of your life is in balance, in harmony, and thriving. So to be a success, decision-making is a key ingredient. It's a key skill. So to actually get a method or a way to make better decisions is extremely valuable. And also, together with that, to recognize opportunities in our life that are right for us, and opportunities that we should stop, pause, and take advantage of and act upon, and other opportunities which are not right for us, and how do we distinguish which is which. So this is really what I'm going to share with you tonight, these 4 skills, and they are timeless. They apply to any culture, any era, any century, any person, anywhere in the world. So are just really about living a better life and navigating it in a more successful and graceful way. So I just want to start off with a black screen here, just to quickly talk and say that science today has proven that each and every one of us has a blueprint of how much money we earn, or how much money we feel that we are, in other words, not entitled to earn, but kind of what we feel we deserve to earn. So that blueprint determines how much we earn, how much love we experience, how much love we give and receive. It determines our level of happiness. It determines our health. It determines how competent or incompetent we are in any area. And this blueprint is also termed your conditioning, or what psychologists call your paradigm. So this comes from, of course, I'm sure you're aware, our childhood. Basically, most of it from age 0 to 7, which is called the imprint phase, where everything a child hears from their parents, their loved ones, their family, their school, their teachers, or the media goes into their little heads, and basically, like a blank hard drive that you put a program onto, it programs these little brains from mainly age 0 to 7. So why I'm telling you this is we basically have adopted other people's beliefs, and it's become our conditioning, and it's become our paradigm today. And the truth is, to be kind to ourselves and more honest about it, we are not really responsible for our paradigm or our conditioning, but we are responsible for changing it when it doesn't serve us. When the areas of our life that we want different results, then we are responsible for changing it. And we don't have to remain stuck in any area, including illness. Or someone was talking to someone the other day, they had depression, diagnosed with depression from the age of 4 years of age, a young child. The woman is in her late 30s today, and only now recently in the last 6 months spoke to an excellent coach who's trained in the mind development and things like the Silva Method, not exactly the Silva Method, but things like NLP and mind development. Just said to her, you don't have to suffer from depression anymore. She goes, what do you mean? She says, you don't have to live with it. She goes, but I've had it all my life. She said, you may have had it all your life, but you don't have to continue living with it. And it's so true. So that's just important to start off this webinar talking about the paradigm, because the paradigm determines our results. So it says here, this definition, the paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And almost all of our behavior is habitual. So this is important for us to understand and recognize and connect the dots between all the results we have in any area of our life, our work, our significant partner relationship, our family relationship, friends, colleagues, our income, how much money we earn, the state of our health, our spirituality, how much fun and recreation we have, whether we really live life or just exist. All of this, all these results in all these areas comes from our conditioning. So I'm really excited about this idea of the Silva Method, because if we just take the simple stick diagram, it actually comes from a Dr. Thurman Fleet many years ago, who wanted to give a simple diagram to help people understand the mind, because we can talk about the brain and we know what the brain looks like. It's an organ of the body, but no one really knows what the mind is or where it is. Where does the mind reside? We can assume it's in our head, but it may not be. It could be anywhere. We don't know if it's confined to our physical bodies or it can extend throughout this universe. So to make it simple to talk about, there's a stick diagram with now let's just assume, to make it simple, the top half is your conscious mind and the bottom half is your subconscious mind. If we say the conscious mind, we talk about the thinking mind, the analytical mind, the reasoning mind, the mind that can accept or reject any idea. If you don't like it, your conscious mind says, well, I don't want to believe that. No, that's fine. But the subconscious mind is the part of us that determines most of our behavior. So the B there is for the body or for behaviors. The body acts out. It makes that phone call or it takes that step. It does whatever. So all our behaviors that are all basically our decisions are mainly driven from the subconscious mind. And all our behaviors determine all our results. So my question is, what percentage of the time do you think that we as human beings are operating on what I call autopilot mode, which is you're not doing this with real conscious thought and awareness. You're just acting in autopilot mode driven by the subconscious mind. What percentage of the time do you think we are in autopilot, would you reckon? Any guesses? Oh, I see that Patty's dropped off. Hi, Zana. Welcome to the call. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I'm not too sure if your microphone is active or not. However, yes, Patty. Hold on. Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. So when I ask what percentage of, the time we're on autopilot mode, the answer is 90%. So this means that 90% of our lives, we are actually not even making conscious decisions. We think we're in control of this life that we live, but we're actually acting on autopilot according to neuroscience. And this is because in our subconscious mind are all our habits and all our beliefs. And really, our behaviors are determined by our beliefs and our habits. Also, our self-confidence and our self-worth, all the ideas in our mind of what we can do and what we can't do, come from our subconscious mind. So this is really very important for us to understand, because my question is, if you wanted to change the results in your life to have better results, for example, better health, better income, better relationships, more love, more harmony, more peace and tranquility, more intuition, more synchronicities in your life, is it more effective to try to act with a conscious mind using effort, willpower, or is it more effective to go about what I call retraining the subconscious mind? What would you say? Well, if we look at the autopilot mode, 90% of the time we're on autopilot, which is giving our results. It means that the subconscious mind is in control. So when a person needs to understand how many more times is effective is it to work at the subconscious mind level to change results versus using effort and willpower at the conscious mind, neuroscience has shown it's 30,000 times more effective to work at the subconscious level and basically write new neural pathways, which we call retrain the brain. You can call it reprogram the mind. Whatever term you want to use, change that paradigm, change that conditioning, change that formatting of our subconscious mind. If we work at the subconscious level, it's 30,000 times more effective. And the best example I can give is weight reduction. We know people in our lives, definitely we do, who've tried to lose whatever it may be, 5 kilograms, 10 kilograms, who knows, for years, not 1 year, not 1 month, for years, 5 years maybe, even longer. And they lose a bit and they put it back and they lose a bit. Why, if it's so easy to apply effort, do they keep slipping back and find it challenging to reduce weight? And how many people find it difficult to ever reduce it? It's because the subconscious belief or says, I'm overweight. And no matter what effort is applied, it will default back and sabotage somehow to go back to that program, I'm overweight. If we retrain the brain at the subconscious mind using visualization in dynamic meditation, for example, and started to visualize and see ourselves 5 kilograms less on a daily basis and did nothing more than that, you slowly change the subconscious programming and automatically behaviors would start to change. And you would say to yourself, isn't that interesting? I had coffee today and I didn't feel like having that cake I normally have. Or isn't that interesting? I suddenly felt like going for a walk today. I felt more energetic. Isn't that interesting? I actually feel like exercising, or I just don't feel like eating that junk food. That's what happens when you retrain the subconscious mind, and that's why they say it's 30,000 times more effective, and it's sustainable. So it lasts a long, long, long time. That just comes back to saying, at the subconscious mind, we retrain the paradigm, the conditioning. And just to remind you, the paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And almost all of our behavior is habitual. So I'm mentioning this because the Silva Method, which this webinar is based upon, all deals with the subconscious mind at that level. And that's why it's so effective. So what is the Silva Method? It's basically a scientifically proven step-by-step program of very easy to learn, structured techniques to give you the tools that you need in your life for health, success, happiness, achieve your goals, intuition, whatever it may be. And that's working at the subconscious mind. So these people here are graduates of the Silva Method. People you would probably recognize: Jack Canfield, author of Chicken Soup of the Soul; Deepak Chopra; Wayne Dyer, surely heard of; Louise Hay or Esther Hicks. These people all did the Silva Method before they became famous. And they actually give credit to the Silva Method for launching their careers. It started to help them unlock their potential. So what it really is a dynamic meditation program where we enter deep levels of mind, like going into the alpha state where the mind brain waves are really calm and slow, like half as fast as they are right now as I'm talking to you. And that's when we have really, really good access to the subconscious mind. And then when we have access in that nice, calm, meditative state, we use creative visualization or guided imagery through these guided meditations, and we literally retrain the brain, writing new neural pathways that over time, with practice, become our new conditioning towards any area of our life where we want different results. It's a 4-day program, the Silva Method, and it's called Silva Life System and Intuition, because of the 4 days, 2 of the days, day 3 and 4, is about developing intuition. It's a scientifically proven, methodical, step-by-step program that really can help a person develop and access and refine their intuition so you can learn to trust it. And once you can trust your intuition, it's the most beautiful life because you're living in the flow. You're living this guided life feeling where you make decisions easily because you can sense that they are right for you. So really, all in all, it's a toolbox of mental tools to help you achieve better results. So out of the 4 key skills to take charge of your life, the number 1 is how to remain calm and focused even under pressure, how to manage and reduce stress. This is really about better health, and stress, to reduce it, as I said earlier, is the most important skill you could ever develop, hands down. And if you've got children or you know anyone who's got children, it's the most important skill you can equip children with because they suffer a lot of stress. And it interferes in every single aspect of a person's life. Every aspect, doesn't matter what it is, from your memory to your health, to your relationships, to your work, to your concentration, to how many mistakes you make, to how many accidents you make, to how you sleep, to just generally trying to get things done, if you can focus or not focus, if you can work quickly or you feel that your mind can't think, whatever it may be. So I just want to ask, if you don't mind, to unmute your microphone and just, share some answers here. What do you think are some early warning signs of stress, some emotional or physical signs of stress, would you say? So if you do want to unmute your microphone, I'd appreciate it if you just shout out some answers. There's no right or wrong. We just want to share and explore this together. So I don't know, Zana, if you want to get involved. Patty's gone off the line. Otherwise, I'll just carry on here. So in terms of emotional signs, it would be things like being more irritable or angry, being impatient unnecessarily, being anxious, being overcritical, quickly getting angry, crying easily, or feeling that you even can't cry. How many times we go to a funeral and the person might be very, very saddened, but they just feel that they can't cry. That's a sign of stress. Or the feeling that you can't laugh. People are making a joke and they like laughing, the person goes, ha ha, yeah, that's really funny. Means something that is really funny. That's a sign of stress. Or just feeling the terrible feeling of being overwhelmed. Or having this kind of fearful feeling inside, like anxiety, and you don't even know why, but you're just feeling fearful. From a physical point of view, there's things like being more forgetful, making more mistakes, having more accidents. Sleep definitely is interfered with stress. It gives a person headaches. In fact, a whole heap of illnesses come from stress, whatever it may be, getting the flu, getting shingles, you name it, can come from stress. They say 90% or more, 95% of all disease, which is actually dis-ease, comes from stress. Having no tolerance to pain, just feeling tired and fatigued often, or having shortness of breath. It's the first sign of anxiety and depression that psychologists recognize is shortness of breath or shallow breathing in the upper chest. Memory, it's a big deal. Stress affects memory. People think they've got a memory problem. They don't really have a memory problem. They are suffering from stress and don't have tools to help reduce and manage stress. And that affects memory. So people assume they have bad memory, but it's actually, if they could deal with managing stress, their memory would be just wonderful. And focus, being able to focus, keep a clear mind, definitely. So, the last one are behaviors about what kind of products we consume when we're feeling stressed. So one of the major ones is alcohol or having, caffeine in like double shots or 2 to 3 times a day, maybe even more. Things like that. Eating comfort foods, eating junk foods or chocolate. Another one would be smoking or even drugs. Those are the kind of things we consume when we're under stress. So the question is, why? Why do we consume things like alcohol, caffeine, chocolate, drugs, or smoking when we're stressed? Well, the answer is, it makes us feel better. It makes us feel better because it causes the brain to release 2 chemicals, serotonin and dopamine. And these make us feel good and sleep better. So serotonin is a precursor for melatonin, which helps a person sleep. And dopamine makes you feel really good. So the interesting thing, and the first tip I'm going to share with you on how to reduce and manage stress, is deep breathing in the belly. Not the upper chest, but down in the belly. If you put, one hand, I'll just stand up quickly. One hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And when you breathe, you make sure that the bottom hand was moving in and out during breathing. That's deep breathing in the belly. So deep belly breathing is a natural antidote to stress, and it causes the brain to release serotonin and dopamine. These same 2 chemicals, which make us feel good and sleep better. So step number 1, or tip number 1, is to meditate daily. So if you meditate daily, slowly over time, it just gets better and better. You start to train your mind and your body to become calm and relaxed, and it starts to recognize that feeling. And the more often we do it, the more then we recognize the opposite when we are stressed. So in the Silva Method, it's a dynamic meditation program, so every exercise is done in meditation. And the more we practice, the better we become at remaining calm. Then it says create a resourceful state, because there's a technique in the Silva Method called the 3 fingers technique. It put the Silva Method on the map. You could Google the 3 fingers technique. We go into meditation and we actually lock it in with the 3 fingers. It's like an anchor, like a trigger, like an association. So anytime in the future, if suddenly stress shows up or an argument happens or a crisis shows up, and you think, oh my goodness, I'm getting stressed, and you can feel it happening, you just put your 3 fingers together, and literally within seconds, you can access that beautiful, resourceful state of being calm, focused, balanced, and centered. So if you meditate daily, excellent, keep on. You'll know the benefits, it's fantastic. If you don't meditate daily, I encourage you, try to definitely meditate daily. And if you're going to do it only once a day, then do it first thing in the morning. It's the best time to meditate. I'd say that's the best and most important time. Second best is at night before you go to bed. And third is at noon after lunch. If you need a guided meditation to help you, the Silva Long Relaxation is a 26-minute meditation And it's equivalent, hear this, to 4 hours of natural sleep for the mind and the body. It's that healthy. The Silva Long Relax meditation really helps a person accelerate healing. So if you're unwell, definitely do the long relax at least 3 times a day. It'll accelerate healing and will help us to calm, to remain calm, and to learn to relax and to condition the body to become calm and relaxed and stay that way. So you may say, oh, Jeanine, I know that. I didn't have to join the webinar to know that to meditate daily is healthy. I would say it's one thing to know it, and it's something else to practice it, to use it, and to integrate it every day in our lives so that over time we become a person who's calm and focused even under pressure. So if you want to know where to get that free download, the website's at the bottom there, silvamethodaustralia.com.au. So the benefits of meditation are basically it dissolves stress chemicals whilst you're meditating. Just deep belly breathing and calming your brain waves down is excellent. If a person meditates every day for more than 30 days, it's been proven to lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar. It's the best thing to do to optimize health, to boost the immune system, to accelerate healing. Health, I couldn't talk more about meditation and how powerful it is in healing our bodies and keeping our immune system strong. Also, to meditate daily gives that wonderful feeling of inner peace and harmony, that feeling of balance. Also, to be clear thinking, to be productive, to focus on your goals. If a person's feeling lethargic and tired like we do when we're overwhelmed or stressed, instead of going for a double shot coffee to get more energy, just pause for, even if it's just 5 minutes, even if it's less than that, even if it's going to have 15 deep belly breaths, you will have more energy. You'll feel more calm, but you definitely will have more energy. Meditation boosts energy. When people come on the Silva Method, they think because meditating several times through the day with all of the exercises, they'll leave a course like that tired and drained because it's a long day, but they don't. They leave energized. They have excellent night's sleep. They have more energy. It's because meditation recharges the body, the mind, the immune system, so it gives you more energy. It also helps with access to our intuition. We all have intuition. It's the 6th sense that we have. We've got 5 senses and we've got another one, and we're born with it. The reason why intuition is on this list is because when we're stressed, we cannot access our intuition. There's no possible way. We shut it off. So to learn to remain calm and focused and to manage and reduce stress and do that every single day, it means every day, all day, you have more access to your intuition. You have more access to your creative mind. That's what creativity is on the list. To inspired ideas, inspiration, taking inspired action at work. Instead of that, I have to do this, I have to do this, like motivation with effort. It's inspired action. It's light. It's easy. It flows. And as it says there, the good luck living in the flow state, that feeling of synchronicities in your life that are all working out for you. It's that feeling that the universe has got your back. I love that saying. So that comes from daily meditation. The second tip I have for remaining calm and focused even under pressure is the power of a person's words. So I don't know if you've heard this before, but words affect the brain. They actually affect the brain. There's this book written by these 2 neuroscientists, Andrew Newberg and Mark Waldman. And it basically says that everything, not only that we say, but even that we hear, so if someone's talking in a conversation to us, goes into our minds, and positive words reduce our performance, our immune system, our health, and positive ones boost us. They actually affect the brain. And the truth is, the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. This is probably the single most important piece of information that you could ever learn off by heart and remember. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between what's imagined in our minds or what's our real reality in life, if it can't distinguish, wow, how powerful is this? Because our subconscious mind drives our behaviors, as I said earlier, and our behaviors give us our results. So if it can't distinguish between imagination and reality, imagine what we can do with our mind. This is why Olympic athletes visualize. This is why people who are on missions with NASA visualize. They see themselves doing it before they actually do it. The subconscious mind can't tell the difference. It thinks, well, you really are, whatever it is, winning the race, having improved health, having a better relationship, having more money, anything that you visualize. And it slowly becomes you. It becomes part of your subconscious programming, and it translates into behavior. If you go back to the stickman diagram, that conscious mind can reject and accept any idea. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you'll reject that idea. Your subconscious mind has no ability to reject. It only accepts. That's why there's two arrows in. So everything we say with our words, we are actually reprogramming our mind. We're reprogramming ourselves. So here I'm going to talk about a bit of self-awareness and the words we use. So this is called mental house cleaning in the Silva Method. This is an awareness, words and phrases that can be negative. Things like can't. The word can't just shuts off possibility. Every time we use the word I can't, we shut off possibility, and the brain just doesn't even allow us to find an option to try. So it should be a word that we see as a red flag. It should show up and say, oh, it shouldn't say can't. Another word is try. I thought try was a good word. Keep trying, try, I will try. But try presupposes failure. For example, if I said, I'll try to meet you tomorrow at 7 o'clock, it's quite different to saying, I will meet you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. That's commitment. That's definite. To say, I'll try and meet you at 7 o'clock means there's a little gap there for failure. I'll try, I may or may not. Other things that cause miscommunication are words like never or always. They're red flags. If someone is late a particular day and you say to them, oh, you never on time, or you always late, using always or never, you always late, you'll put them on the defense. And they wouldn't be very receptive to listening to you. They'll just want to defend. But if you said, you're not on time today, I prefer it if you were, they'd be much more receptive. I do apologize. I know things happen and they'll take note. But when we say never and always, put people on the back foot and they just become defensive. Or if someone is not listening, you say, you never listen to me, the person just shuts down. But if you said, you're not listening to me right now, say, I apologize or whatever, I will listen to you right now. So it makes better communication. Using the word but. Once we say something and we use but, we've just negated everything we've said before that. So a great example is, I love you, but. So, I really want to do this thing, but it's a limiting belief. It's showing limitation. It's showing that you negated what you've just said. The word don't is what I call the law of reverse effect. It has a reverse effect. So if I say don't, think of monkeys behind you there throwing banana peels all over the place. Don't think of all these monkeys jumping around. You can't help but get this picture in your mind of monkeys throwing banana peels. But I said don't, think of them. So when we use the word don't, whether it's to our friends, our colleagues, our partners, our children, we are putting the wrong picture in their mind, which will probably lead to that outcome. So don't slam the door. Rather say, please close the door quietly. Don't forget to bring your book. Don't forget to bring the book in their mind. Rather say, please remember, or don't be late. Don't talk about late. You're reinforcing energy around late. Please be on time. So when we focus on what we don't want, like don't this and don't that, we are creating that by putting energy there. So let's talk in terms of what we do want. Other negative words are hate. Apparently it's been proven medically that just saying the word hate releases acid in the body. Or saying the word tired. How many people do you know? You ask them, so how are you? And they just answer, oh, I'm tired. Every time we say I'm tired, we're telling the subconscious mind, I'm tired. You keep on giving it orders for being tired, and it's how you start to feel more and more. So should is another word. When every time we say, I should have done this, we impose guilt upon ourselves. And guilt is a negative emotion. It makes us feel bad, breaks us down. Or using something like the traffic is a pain in the butt, or it's a pain in the neck. It's taken literally by the mind. Or using a term like it's critical. I mean, we hear the word critical in the army or in a hospital. Where do you hear the word critical? So let's rather talk about it's very important, but rather say that it's critical. So the solution we have to negative words is every time we catch ourselves saying something negative, even thinking it, we do something called what's called a pattern interrupter. It's cancel, cancel. So the minute you say something negative, like, oh, I can't learn to do that. Can't is the word, I can't. You go cancel, cancel in your mind. You do this inside your mind. You don't have to say it out loud. People think you're a bit crazy if you say it out loud. But in the Silva Method, we do this out loud amongst ourselves because we're busy learning the technique. So we help each other and we say cancel, cancel to each other if someone runs themselves down. So the example is if you said, oh, I can't learn that. You remember can't is a negative word and it's negatively reprogramming you. You just say cancel, cancel, and you reframe with a positive affirmation. So as example, I can't learn that. Cancel, cancel. Somehow, some way, I will learn this. Or if we said, I'm tired. I'm tired. No, cancel, cancel. I could do with more energy right now. Or I could do with a good sleep tonight. Say what you do want. Instead of saying it's critical, cancel, cancel. This is really very important. So even if someone else is catastrophizing, talking to you, maybe someone who's talking to you says, it's a disaster. I could just jump off a bridge right now. In your mind, go cancel, cancel. Everything's going to be fine. It's all going to work out for you. You know, just be positive. Just remain calm. You're helping yourself because apparently people catastrophizing in front of you, talking to you, is affecting your own subconscious mind. So one great phrase you can try to use as often as possible is the term better and better. So if you said, I can't remember people's names, just say cancel, cancel. I'm getting better and better at remembering people's names. Or, any one of these phrases, I always forget my car keys. Say cancel, cancel. I'm getting better and better at remembering my car keys. And if it's totally not true, it doesn't work. So rather go, I'm getting better and better of being aware that I would be better off remembering my car keys. So just say be aware initially. As you practice that, you can become, I'm getting better and better at, and do the actual thing. So my suggestion is from today on, anytime anyone ever asks you, how are you? Just say better and better. How's your business? Thanks for asking. Better and better. Just use it. You're telling your mind, you're reprogramming yourself, and trust me, results will get better and better. So this whole technique of cancel, cancel, if you practice it every day and become more and more aware of your words, you can literally change your life, because they say we have 70,000 thoughts on average a day. And hear this, 80% of them are negative. 80%, where we convince ourselves of things we cannot do, running ourselves down, breaking our own self-confidence, making ourselves ill. So if we can practice that, we can slowly reduce that percentage of negative thoughts over time more and more. And positive thoughts give positive outcomes. Negative thoughts give negative outcomes. If you want more positive results in your life, there is no way you're going to get them from negative thoughts. So this mental house cleaning, or the cancel, cancel technique, is the most effective way, and it's so simple, to over time slowly change more negative thoughts into positive ones, which will give more positive outcomes, and your life will get better and better over time. So as simple as it seems, as pattern interrupter, this is done by neuroscience. It's been proven. It literally stops that neural pathway from being created. And as you reframe, which you have to do, you have to reframe, it's a must, with a positive affirmation, you create a new neural pathway. And every time you do that and speak positively that way, that becomes the stronger neural pathway. and it becomes, in future, your habit pattern of thinking, your habitual behavior, which leads to your automatic results. So how we speak is a habit. And as I said earlier, habits are part of the subconscious mind. We're not even aware of it. It's subconscious, below our level of conscious awareness. So this is a way to slowly become conscious and retrain ourselves to speak to ourselves and about anything in a more positive way. The second one is how to have clear goals and achieve them faster. Many people think having clear goals is a simple thing and it's obvious, but the truth is, you can ask most people, what do you really want out of life? And they're not clear. People know what they don't want, but not often what they do want. And then how to achieve them faster? Well, we need to stay positive, motivated, and focused if we want to achieve our goals. So to get clear, here's a little reflection tip that I have for you. Take 5 minutes, go into meditation with a pen and paper on your lap, relax, deep belly breathe. And when you're in a calm, relaxed state, have these questions pre-written out on a piece of paper and ask yourself each question one by one, and whatever pops in your mind, first impressions, just write it down. Don't judge it, don't question it, just record it. The first question is, this is called What Do I Want Reflection, to help you get clear on your goals. The first one is, what do I want to create? I love the term create. We use it intentionally because we take full responsibility for our lives. We are creating our own reality, whether we believe it or not. We are, with our thoughts and with our feelings. Every minute of the day, we are creating our reality with or without awareness. This is just to become more aware that you are creating it. So when you say, what do I want to create? You're taking ownership. You're in empowering yourself to say, I create my own reality. So we love using that word. Whatever pops for you, you write that down. Then you say, why? Why do I want to create that? Why is it valuable to me? Once you say why, you have a stronger purpose. With a stronger purpose, you'll have more motivation to achieve it. The next is, what talents and strengths do I have to create this? I love this question. It means, what are we good at? We want to work in our strength zone. We are all very good at things that we do well. We all don't like things that we don't do well. So this is helping us stay in our strength zone. I don't believe in working on our weaknesses. I think it's nonsense, to be honest. The only weaknesses we should work on are chronic negative thinking or procrastination, running ourselves down. Those kind of weaknesses, yes, work on those. But when it comes to your talents, they're God-given talents. They're given to each and every one of us uniquely for a reason. And when you use those talents that have been given to you, you have a gift for the world. You have a purpose and a meaning to share those in your own unique way. So we may have similar talents, but the way we express them is unique to us. So find your talents and strengths and use them as much as possible in the work that you do in your life. Because then you will enjoy what you do. You'll do it with a passion. You'll love it, and you'll do it well, and you'll be a blessing and a gift to others with that. The next thing is, when do I want to create this? That just gives you a timeline. And I love this last question. How does this relate to others? In other words, what is the extended benefit factor? Take any one of your goals and ask yourself, just 2 people. How will it benefit an extra 2 people? Could be your spouse. Let's say it's about more money. How will it benefit my family? What could I provide more for them? What more pleasure could we get? Maybe we could go on more holidays, or spend more time out somewhere together, quality time. Maybe you could give to charity and help people less fortunate than ourselves. So how does it relate to others? So that's the what do I want reflection. Do that, write it down, and you'll be amazed. If you do this in a meditative state, the answers you get most likely will surprise you and be really, really, really the truth coming from your higher self, your truth being expressed. Then how to stay focused and motivated? Well, have a gratitude journal. We all talk about that a lot. People often know that. I'm just putting it in here because gratitude is one of the highest, most wonderful vibrational states or emotional states to be in. It's up there with unconditional love. It's up there with joy and bliss. Gratitude raises our vibration. It raises our emotion to a really positive place. And really, we are creating our own reality. We've all heard of the law of attraction. The law of vibration is another term for the law of attraction. It means whatever you're vibrating at, whatever state you're in, you're attracting more of that. So if you're feeling very happy and grateful, you'll attract more into your life to be grateful for. If you're angry and worried, and you're continuously angry, you're going to create and attract more things in your life that are going to make you angry and worried. So gratitude journaling helps to raise our vibration continuously to form a habit, and eventually it becomes a new emotional set point of being grateful for everything. The more we practice it, the more grateful we become. So do this at night. The reason I say at night before you go to sleep, because the way you go to sleep is the way you wake up. Imagine how beautiful going to sleep grateful and thankful, full of appreciation, and waking up grateful and appreciative. Much better than going to sleep worried. Secondly, surround yourself with people who can support you. Anyone in personal development will agree that that's important. So with the Silva Method, when you do the program, you become part of the Silva Method community where we all share and help each other. And we all are like-minded, and they can support and encourage you and definitely be there to keep you on track. If you want any help or assistance, people are just so wonderful and generous. So it's a good community to be in. Okay, third, overcome self-limiting beliefs. The interesting thing about limiting beliefs is we don't know what they are. We're not that aware of them. So just a quick tip on how you can be aware of what your limiting beliefs are is, how do you feel? How do you feel? Become aware of how you feel. You can only feel two ways. You can feel good or you can feel bad. There's many degrees on either one, but you can only feel good or feel bad. Every time you're feeling bad, in there is a limiting belief about yourself, someone else, the situation. It's a clue for you. So I'm just letting you know this. If you want to become aware of your limiting beliefs, notice when you're feeling bad. I don't even mind what it is. You could be angry with someone. You could be jealous. You could be resentful. You could be frustrated. You could feel grief. You could be overwhelmed. You could be anxious. Any negative emotion, unhappy, any negative emotion, there's a limiting belief in there. The other way to become aware is every time you say, oh, I wish I could do whatever and ever, but it's a limiting belief. So what we need to do is, once we become aware of them, is to rewire ourselves for success. So in the Silva Method, this is what we call retraining the mind, or retraining the brain, retraining the subconscious mind, rewiring or developing new neurological pathways. So here are some steps to do that. The first one is to create a resourceful state. That means, look at that man in the picture. You want to create a state of an emotional high when you felt like a winner, when you felt like a champion, when you were winning, that massive sense of, I've done this, I've achieved this. You feel proud of yourself, you feel amazing. We want to create a state like that, an emotional state. So how we do that is we get evidence. So in the Silva Method, we reflect. You can do this at home, even if you don't do the Silva Method, but I'm telling you what we do in the Silva Method so you can relate and use this technique. We go back and reflect on our whole lives, looking back in every decade of our life, and just making a note of all the moments where we felt like that guy, like a winner. Well, I don't know what it was, when you got your first award at school at 6 years of age for tennis, or when you had your first baby, or bought your first house, or got a promotion, whatever high points you've had where you felt proud. And find the one that stands out for you. Go back and relive that moment. So we take that high point in the Silva Method into dynamic meditation. We use visualization and we relive that moment. And at the emotional high point, we then anchor it or lock it in with the 3 fingers technique, which is like an association. So we can create this trigger for future use anytime. So that amazing feeling of confidence, achievement, success, we lock it in with the 3 fingers. And also, when we're in that high state, we then visualize the current goal, whatever goal you want. You want to grow your business by 50%. You want to get a new job. You want to find a soulmate. You want to have a better relationship with your parents. You want to have more love and peace and harmony in your relationship. more money in your life, whatever it may be. Then we go and program our goal from that high state. So first get evidence, think about that, relive it, then visualize your goals and visualize daily, even if it's for 5 minutes a day. A quick example was I was in a job when I was really struggling 8 years ago before I found the Silva Method, which really turned my life around. And I was struggling in a job and I felt like I was failing. I lost my self-confidence. And I used to have this belief that I hated my job. And I told people I really hate my job. And I said, and one day when I got this, that I'm trying to explain here to you, and I realized that's a negative emotion. I keep on saying I hate my job. Every time I say I hate my job, I'm recreating more of this job that I hate. The only way I can change my results is to change my belief. So I decided I'm going to create a new belief that goes like this. I absolutely love my job. I found a resourceful state. I remembered a job that I did really, really love. I visualized that. I took that into my mind, relived it, and then I went into visualizing the job that I was in and saw people high-fiving me, patting me on the back, saying, well done, and me loving it. I did this visualization every single day, every day bar none. Did you know, in 5 months, I went from a place of being afraid of being fired, I was doing so badly, to becoming top salesperson in the company. And every day, and it just got better and better for me. And when this happened, I did absolutely love my job. Did the job change? No. Did my boss change? No. Did my clients change? No. Did the office environment, the culture, the boss, the CEO? No. I changed. When I decided to create a new belief that I absolutely love my job, everything changed for me, and I did. It became my reality. I loved my job. That's an example of that I was talking about, a negative emotion. There's a limiting belief in there. The last one, make better decisions and recognize opportunities. Decision making is a key skill for success. And to become good at it, nothing can be more valuable than your intuition. Your intuition, well, in the words of Wayne Dyer, they say prayer is like talking to God or source energy, whatever a higher power may be for you, but source energy. So let's say prayer is talking to source. Well, intuition is when source is talking to us. So intuition comes from a higher place. And your intuition is a gift, a sense that you've been given for a reason. And if you can use it and trust it and know what's true intuition and what's like maybe fear or wishful thinking, you'll make fabulous decisions that are right for you. You'll live a guided life. And you will recognize the right opportunities that you should be taking in your life, and you're going to act on them. So this is about accessing your creativity and your intuition. Also, creativity is a key skill that you can develop, and it helps you in problem solving. It helps you in innovating, making new ideas and plans for whatever it may be, your business, how to have a better relationship. Creativity is amazing. It can change your life. So how valuable is intuition? Well, here's something from Harvard research. The two most effective tools for the 21st century executives are meditation and intuition. And Einstein there says the only real valuable thing is intuition. So the challenge is, how do I know if it's wishful thinking or fear? Maybe it's fear, this feeling I'm having. Maybe it's fear. Or is it actually intuition? Is it accurate, intuitive insight? How do we know what that feeling is? How do I learn to trust it? Maybe it's distortion. Maybe I'm projecting this belief that I have not to trust people into this conversation. So now I don't trust the person. I think it's my intuition telling me don't trust him. Maybe I'm just projecting some old belief that comes from my childhood. I don't know. How we refine our intuition is by developing many points of reference. When we lack points of reference, we don't know if it's intuition or fear or wishful thinking. So the best way to develop your intuition is to develop accurate, verifiable points of reference. Lots and lots of evidence and experience of when I sensed it this way, I was correct. When I sensed it this way, I was incorrect. more and more of these, you create a resourceful state where you learn to trust it. It comes from practice, practice, practice. So in the Silva Method, the whole of day 3 and 4 is about developing intuition. And we play these amazing games where we sense things and we get immediate feedback. And that immediate feedback gives you a point of reference. So when I sensed it that way, I was thinking too much and I was wrong. But when I sensed it that way, that was like a quick flash. Felt like I was making it up. That was accurate intuition. And the more points of reference you get, the more you say, I now begin to recognize when I'm using intuition. And you refine it. And when you refine it, you can learn to trust it. So that's it, my friends. A quick recap on the 4 key skills to take charge of your life for more success in your life, happiness and health. The first one, how to remain calm and focused even under pressure. How do we manage and reduce stress? Meditate daily. You can download it from silvamethodaustralia.com.au website. Use it every day if you can, at least once a week, the long relax. Use the cancel and reframe it with a positive affirmation. Over time, you'll have more positive outcomes. Secondly, become clear on your goals and how do you achieve them faster. Do that. What do I want? Reflection, those 5 questions. Practice gratitude every day. Surround yourself with people who can support you. Thirdly, overcome self-limiting beliefs. Become aware of them by how you feel. Have a resourceful state, that one of achievement. Visualize that, relive it in your mind. Your imagination can't tell that, your subconscious can't tell the difference if you're imagining or it's real. So live it again and then use it to take yourself into visualizing your current goals. What do you want to change? And visualize daily, even if it's for just 5 minutes a day. It will change your results. Fourth, make better decisions and recognize opportunities. That's about developing your creativity and your intuition. So was this valuable? Was this helpful at all? If you found this valuable in any way, what I can say is if you'd like to expand on this and develop this further, imagine spending 4 full days doing the dynamic meditations, retraining your mind with your goals, learning a whole lot of techniques that can help you in all areas of your life. Sleep, problem solving, decision making, intuition, getting rid of headaches and pain without the use of drugs, and a whole lot more. Basically, tools and techniques that are simple, easy to learn, to help you in any area of your life, to create the life of your own design. Just to end off, here's a quote from Jose Silva, the founder of the Silva Method. If you need more information or want to know more, just Google Jose Silva and you'll learn so much. Phenomenal man. He's passed on in 1999. He's the founder of this program, and he says, the greatest discovery you'll ever make is the potential of your own mind. That is very true. It's been proven scientifically for decades already. Your potential is unlimited. And all your potential is in your mind. It resides in deep reservoirs of your mind. So if you can develop more of your mind, which the Silva Method is a dynamic meditation program that develops more of the mind, your potential is unlimited. There's no end to what you can do. So just a quick future look at what programs are coming up and more about it so that you know, to unleash more of your potential. The Silva Method Life and Intuition is a 4-day program. It costs $1,500. But once you do the program, you can review it for free for the rest of your life in over 110 countries around the world. There's no personal development program on the planet that offers you free review, unlimited for the rest of your life, anywhere in the world. Also, we have a conditional money-back guarantee. The only condition, attend all 4 days and do all exercises. If you don't believe it was valuable for you, no questions asked, we'll give you all your money back. Just give us back the manual. The next course that's coming up is the 12th to the 15th of April. Now the big news is there's a program called Silva Kids, which I've launched for children between 8 and 12 years of age. These are the best and most phenomenal tools you can equip any child with. The best gift you could give your child, especially just the number 1 key skill on how to manage and reduce stress. Unbelievably valuable. for children. So that's a 3-day program, and the investment is $997. However, it is a prerequisite that at least one parent is a Silva graduate before you can send your child on Silva Kids. Why? Because we want the child to be supported and encouraged to practice these techniques and get better and better over time. And also, they don't want the child saying, hey, mom, dad, if this is so good for me, why aren't you doing it? Children learn from what they see. They learn from behaviors, not so much from words. That's why you can tell your child, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. But they'll model what they see. They learn from what they see. So if parents are doing it and they believe in it and encourage them, the child will be fantastic. And you also want to have an intimate understanding of what they're learning on the course. So you just don't think anything's weird and you don't discourage them, you encourage them. The next course is 19 to 21 April. So that's it from me. I hope this has been valuable. If you've got any questions whatsoever, the website is silvamethodaustralia.com.au. Otherwise, please feel free. You can call me. My number is 0449 159 928. I'll repeat that, 0449 159 928, or just jump on the website and go to contact me and you can drop me an email. So thank you very much for your time and attendance. I've appreciated it, and I look forward to further engagement with you. And if you want any more info on the live training, please contact me. Otherwise, my friends, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of the week, and God bless.